The first question is, what were some of your concerns before hiring a real estate agent?
Concerns, number one, I needed somebody that was going to be honest. Honest with me in conversation and not just out for the money. Because it was important to me because I wasn't going to be here. And that I was in Washington half the time and that we had talked while I was in town and that we had made decisions. But at the same time, many of the things that had to be done, like after the tenant agreed to move out and he got as much of his treasured possessions out of the house. The rest of the untreasured possessions needed to be taken care of, which meant that a big U-Haul trailer had to come in and all of that had to be loaded in and hauled away. And it wasn't just that. It was then the house needed to be redone. And I was still in Washington. And that Phillip just took over. And of course, we had talked about it and what needed to happen. And that a cleaning crew needed to come in and take care of the kitchen. And then we needed to have the hardwood floors taken care of. And the bathrooms needed more touching up than what we kind of thought needed to happen. Yep. New doors needed to go in and new carpet. And then, of course, the painting all had to happen. Yep. And unfortunately, it was also, we needed to take care of the backyard. It had a big backyard and that we decided that we weren't going to do a lot because we thought that people would want to do it themselves. And that I was so pleased with the fact that he was a good listener, which is important to me because I didn't want somebody just to have their own way of doing things and wouldn't take what I had in mind into consideration. So Phillip is a really good listener. He listens well, and that if he has a question, he'll ask, just like me, and that I'll question him, and then we'll get things settled beforehand, and that's important because that creates a feeling of honesty and respect. That's why I use him twice now to sell properties because we work together as a good team. He also knows how to get stuff done. He's got peeps. He has peeps so that I don't have to go find a plumber. I didn't have to find a painter. I didn't have to find these people to take care of things because his company is so competent that they can go ahead and he can just call them up and sometimes it's just within 2 or 3 days and they're there doing the job. It's like he was reading my mind. He's a really good realtor and that he does over and above what other real estate people that I worked with would do. He just is so caring and he wants things to happen to please me as a client. And if it isn't what he thinks is going to be right, he'll tell me. Just like I said, oh, are we going to stage the house, the big house? And he said, no, I don't think we need to do that. I think the house will sell itself, and which saved me money. And I appreciate that. And that all these little things, and he'll even sit at my kitchen table and just chat with me, and I appreciate that. So I would highly recommend him, and that if you need to talk to me, tell him you can just give me a call.